Hi. 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 Hello. 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 Hello.
Click the link down below to follow my Patreon for mukbangs and drama not allowed on YouTube. Must be age 18 or older. Link below.
There's been so many times where I've been so close, and it's like an angel or I don't know. There's been so many times where I feel like maybe I won't be judged. You know, I feel so sad. It feels like I don't know, maybe it sounds so like narcissistic to even say, but I'm telling you, I have seen my life flash before my eyes over and over and over and over, and I've seen possible outcomes be laid before me over and over and over and over so many times. I feel like there's an angel letting me know what to do. I don't know. I do not want Orland to pass. And if he if he were to pass, I mean everything. Everything would be over. Like, it might even be worth it. I think people don't know. And that's the sad part. Like, I want people to know, but I can't, because I know that it's true. And the problem is, too, that my job, my career, depends on the opposite. But I just have to say, whether no one believes it, I don't care. I kind of want to put this out to the universe because maybe one day I will show. Maybe one day you'll know that Orlin home. Orlin. I know you're not even gonna believe it because of all this stuff you've seen about us. Orlin home, I have to say, is an angel. And I know I've kind of like mentioned this a little bit. I've mentioned a few times that he just kind of like walked into my life and he swept me off my feet in the most bizarre, unusual way I've ever fallen for somebody. To fall in love. You know, I've been in love a few times before I met Orland. I've been in love a few times. And man, when we broke up, man, that like the heartbreak was hard, the heartache was so hard. And now I look back, I'm like, yeah, it's for the better. But I feel like, it's been almost a decade with Orland. I'm not married, but just being by my side as friends, as travel buddies, as pen pals, as boyfriends, and as husbands. And I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed to have him in my life and to have had the experiences I've had with him and the knowledge I've gained from being with him.
Click the link down below to follow my Cameo, where I will make a special video just for you. We can also message each other too. Link below.
And you know what, to have my life kind of influenced for the better. To have my life kind of influenced for the better has been very nice. It's been very nice. Just, sometimes I think like, oh my god, I don't deserve him. And in so many ways that just off camera, I mean, that's what I'm saying. People are probably going to be laughing at it, like, oh, this is a joke, he's an actor. No, you just don't know parts of her life, parts of her connection, parts of our relationship, that I don't share everything. Which I know is hard to believe because I'm such an oversharer in many aspects. Like showing the crap on my chair when I crap it. But, ooh. I want to tell you a little story, which I know I've said in the past, which I don't even know if I said correctly because I was so emotional, and I'll probably be just as emotional now, reiterating what had taken place, telling you the story. A few years ago, a few years ago, I can't even start the story. This is why you didn't even understand the story last time I tried telling you a couple years ago, because it's always been a mystery to people and I never was able to say it, and I tried saying it and people totally didn't even listen to the video, and it's hard for me to put in words because it was so dramatic and so, I mean, it's not like drama, like, oh yeah, fake YouTube drama. It's like, oh no, like real drama. When I say that my life is dramatic, like when I said, oh, my life should be a YouTuber reality show, dang, I don't know why my life is so dramatic. Things are always happening to me, into my life. But even with all the drama, I still feel like there's an angel kind of something or someone watching. And I say angel, I don't visualize someone with wings and a halo. I'm imagining, like, I don't know what I imagine. I guess kind of like seeing life flash before my eyes, like this was about to happen and you caught it. It's like someone is giving me somebody or something or some miracle, some kind of like version of God or something comes into my head and shows me the future before it happens. And I'm not saying I'm psychic, I'm saying like signs. I just had a sign right now before I turned on the camera about something involving Orland. Almost like warnings too that I get. And 2 months ago I had one of the it was so it was so bad. I never told anybody. Orland Home is the only person on earth who knows what happened, and he will be the only person who knows. Maybe my parents too. Like one of those moments where you're like, is this real life? Is this real? Am I in a computer game? Is this a simulation? Is this real? What? No. Wait, slow down, stop. What type of things? And I started getting all these signs and clues and visions and making stuff like there's God manipulating the control board and making sure that it doesn't happen how it could have happened, but telling me as a warning, like, hey, you should be aware. Like, maybe I'm just super vigilant. Maybe I'm super observant. I don't know. I also think I'm smarter than a lot of people, which I know you're gonna laugh at, because my whole thing is being stupid, but I don't know what it is. And I don't think it's just that. It's beyond just me and my knowledge. It's something that I feel like it's happened so many times now that it can't be a coincidence. Where I get these warnings and these flashes, and then it happens, or where I prevent it because of the flash I had, or and before turning on this camera, Orland currently is laying down in bed with the CPAP air ventilator machine thing pumping through his face, and you know, I think people, well, it's not it's no one's fault but my own. Actually, that's the sad part. You know, you know that feeling of when it's like, oh yeah, my life isn't good, or oh, I screwed up and it's no one else's to blame but myself type of feeling? That's a very bad feeling. When you know that it's because of you. I mean, yeah, a little bit because of them, a little bit because of other people, a little bit because of other circumstances and other forces pulling on to this dilemma, but the worst feeling, I think, is knowing that you are the main cause and then having to come to terms with that and own it. And it's, you know, it sucks. It's a very sad feeling. And, you know, I do own it, and I do what I have to do to make sure everything's okay. But I just want to say, you know, I made videos very similar to what I'm making now. And again, it's very like, oh my God. I've made videos very similar to how I'm making now, where I've made in the past, where I look at the camera and I say, hey guys, let me just remind you, Orlin has an incurable autoimmune disease that's very rare, and it's also deadly. You would never know because we put on so much shows and antics, and also because our relationship has lots of ups and downs. You wouldn't know because we try not to focus on it. You wouldn't know because he films on his cheat days, and he'll film 3 videos in a day and then spread them out for 2 weeks. So it looks like he's constantly eating junk, but he's not. He's trying to do these healthy diets off camera. But as he's gaining weight, it's getting harder for him because he can't sustain himself, because it's so difficult to do, and he doesn't know what to eat. And the food really influences his food is directly responsible for 80%, maybe 70% of the issue, the rest being stress. Actually, it might be 50-50 stress and food, but the food makes the stress, and then he's stressed because he can't eat what he wants. So it's food and stress. He's stressed to be on a diet. He can't eat what he's being tempted to eat, all the smells in this apartment as he's eating freaking apples and berries, and I'm over here with Chick-fil-A. Hooray. You know, all the temptations, it's making him stressed because he can't have it. And then he, you know, so now he's stressed he's going to get sick, and then he's just going to eat it. Well, now he's not stressed that he can't eat, but now he's stressed because he ate it, and he's suffering repercussions in his organs for eating food that he's not supposed to eat. And I think people don't know. And it's not like it's your fault. It's not like you're supposed to know. It's not like I'm supposed to talk about it. And also, that's also the thing, if he's filming a cheat day, he wants people to enjoy it because he enjoys the food, you know? He doesn't want to talk about. It's like if you're slightly allergic to peanut butter, but you have it anyway. You're not going to be like, I'm allergic. Oh no, this would be. You're going to be like, this is good. You're just going to enjoy the moment, turn off the camera, and then deal with whatever I have to deal with. I don't want to say like it's something like a peanut allergy that he has. It's way more serious. And, you know, I just feel like, God, I wish he would, you know, it makes me actually want to actually physically leave. Like, I know we keep going back and forth about divorce and everything, but I feel like I physically need to leave or move out because he can't lose weight. He can't get healthy because he also has an eating problem. Can't say the word on YouTube, but you know what I mean. He's had his whole life, way before I met him, because of his disease. Because his disease says you can't have this, you can't have this, you can't have this, and it promotes these types of reactions in your body with your system, and therefore you're supposed to eat this. Well, what he's supposed to eat, fruits, is like, it gets old real fast. It's very hard to sustain yourself, especially if you're 300 pounds. Like, he worked himself up to almost 300 pounds now through all these cheat meals, and his metabolism is also very slow, and he's stressed by me and my ways. He's also stressed because he can't eat with me, and then he's stressed because it's hard to do it on his own in a house where I'm not supporting him by doing it with him, which, you know, I did for years. You guys know I used to be a fruitarian, and that was not the reason I did it, but I didn't even know. I
I didn't even know he had this disease until like a year or two. No, like 2 years into a relationship. He didn't even tell me. Until like something happened. I was like, what is this about? He's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, I was supposed to make it to 20, Nick. And that's when he told me all the stories and all the surgeries and all the trips around the world to all these doctors. I mean, I've seen it first. I have seen so many episodes firsthand where it's like, what is happening? Like, this is not a normal reaction for eating a slice of pizza. And he's literally breaking down, and he's like melting like the Wicked Witch going into the floor. She's like melting to the ground. Like, I have seen with my own eyes things that happen to him, and it's because of the food. But if he doesn't eat the food he wants to eat, he gets stressed because he's hungry. It's just, oh my God, it's just a never-ending cycle, and I feel so bad, but I don't know what to do. And I'm just gonna eat. And there's been so many times where it's come close to like me not knowing how am I eating while talking about this. There's been times where, 2 times specifically when we were in Colombia and he was in the hospital, I was mentally going through like what ifs, kind of just visualizing my life if he wouldn't make it, which is you shouldn't be doing when you're 23. You shouldn't be doing it a couple years into your marriage. You should be doing that when you're like 60, 70, 80, not 20. And I had to like visualize myself, and that's why I was very scared to keep living in Colombia, because like if something were to happen, he was my only voice in our country. And there's also a few things that happened to us which I've never told YouTube and very few people know about, which devastating. You have no idea. And you're not supposed to know. Okay, you're not supposed to know. That's fine. Maybe one day I'll tell you. I don't know. There's a lot to my life you don't know. You think you know it all. You really don't. But there was a few times where I thought, oh my God, not only would I lose my husband if I was there, but also I'd be stuck in this country with like, we bought a car and we had Mr. Noodle. Like, I speak 0 Spanish. It was very scary to me. It was very scary. Like, what the heck would I do? How would I get out of here? Who would help me? What would I do with your body? Like it's very scary to think you are 100% mute in a dangerous country. Like, oh my God. I imagine being dropped. I mean, talk about being in love. People think, oh, you don't like Orland. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I made sacrifices to make him happy too. Okay, that was a big sacrifice. It was very scary for me. The whole thing was scary, thinking that my husband could pass, and then me being kind of like stuck in Colombia trying to figure it out. Like, what would you do? What would you do? Can I be honest with you? I feel like I'm too naive for that type of like advanced planning. I don't even know if 911 works in Colombia. I don't even know. Right hand, I don't even know. Would I have grabbed his phone and dialed 911? Like, I don't even know what the number was for the police there. I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, this is just not okay. This is not, this is not good. So, and there's another time where we were separate. This was really bad. Actually, the one I didn't go into detail about was maybe a little bit worse, but there's a time where I was in Florida. Oh God, this is the story that I can't get through. I was in Florida and he was in Colombia. And we were arguing about something very stupid. I mean, it was something worth talking about, but looking back, it's so stupid, and I'll take the blame for it, there's still things that, God, I hate knowing that, like, it's also his fault too, yet since he's the one that could freaking pass away, I don't want to put blame on it. Like, I just want to be like, I'll be the man and just take all the blame. But truly, I mean, yeah, he had some part into... He did. He doesn't like to admit it. You know what? I'm just getting really hungry. And I'm probably going to regret telling this story, so we're going to pretend I didn't say anything. I can't breathe through my nose, so I have to breathe through my mouth. So I sound like, you know, a wild beast right now. Breathing through my mouth, All I want to say is that when you have to look into someone's eyes in person over FaceTime, even in photos of selfies, and you see the look of complete and utter despair. Despair. Like the look of, what did I do to deserve this? What did we do to deserve this? What did we do for this to take place in our lives? I'm sure people ask themselves this when they're like in the middle of, like, you know, a border conflict between two countries and there's like things flying around, or like their home is burned down in a wildfire, they're trapped in the house, or, you know, like, it's like, oh my gosh, what do we do to deserve and, you know, everyone's different and everyone has their own struggles in life, so we're not the only ones that have a struggle. But it's just like the degree of despair, and also like, hey, my boyfriend might not make it, or oh, my husband might not make it, and to see him hooked up to tubes and machines. You know, I'm not the only one who's felt this before. There's people who have children whose children get sick and they have to go to St. Jude's, or, you know, even their grandparents or mothers or their brother. You know, I watched a random documentary that got recommended to me, and I don't even know why I clicked it, but I think I clicked it because the title was very short, the thumbnail was very simple, and it had a lot of views. And I'm like, oh, why did everyone click this? You know, I clicked it. It turned out it was called like My Brother Jordan or something like that. Yeah, My Brother Jordan, a documentary. My Brother Jordan documentary, I'm pretty sure. And I watched it and I was like, I don't even know why I'm watching this. And an hour and a half goes by and I'm like so sad at the end. You guys could check that out, I guess. It was about two brothers, one got sick and passed. And you know, I'm not the only one to see someone that you love fight for their life or face that possibility. But it's very, it's a sad part of life, and, you know, obviously Orland's alive. And Orland takes risks by eating junk food. And he doesn't like to talk about it, and people, you know, we don't want to worry people too. We don't want his comment section filled with, like, you know, I think people don't understand the conflict. It's not like, oh yeah, you can't have gluten, just stay away from gluten. It's like, you can't have this. You can't have cooked food, you can't have heated food, you can't have meat, you can't have dairy, you can't have eggs, you can't have cheese, you can't have butter, you can't have fish, you can't have eggs, you can't have, like, you can't even eat some beans without going to the hospital. Beans have nearly killed him. Beans! And why do you think I'm always like, no beans, no beans, no beans? That was to see beans hurt him more than anything. I mean, obviously I don't have this same condition, but I stay away from, oh, oops, do these have chili cheese? No. That would be really funny, but really not. These are bacon and cheese. And when I saw his face, again, I was in Florida, he was in Colombia, and when I saw his face there, on that bed, hooked up to that stuff, and I felt so helpless, like, even if I, bought a ticket and came next week, I couldn't even hail a cab by myself without feeling scared or even know how to say to people, like, I just felt helpless, and it's so good we're not there anymore, and obviously he misses it for so many different reasons, and you guys see his Instagram, he's always posting all these fruits and flowers and things from Colombia. Like, his whole page is his skinny photos from our relationship from when we were younger, and flowers and fruits and trees. 99% of those photos, he's just going through his hard drive and posting old photos. Like, he just, people love their country, even if it has flaws. I mean, think of all the people who immigrate to the United States. They still miss their home country. Even if it wasn't the best, everyone, that's part of your heart, your upbringing. Everyone likes their hometown in a little way, right? Usually. They don't have to be the biggest fans, but it feels good to go back home for a little bit. It's a little funny feeling. Anyways, I don't know. This is still cold. Wow. It's been a couple of hours. I just, I feel like I lost my husband. There's been times where, like, almost, but spiritually, I feel like I'm just so sad because I feel like I've lost him, and we've lost each other, and we've lost our ways, and we've lost what felt good to us, and we've lost what made us excited, and we've lost a little bit of love, probably. Probably. We've lost each other. And to feel like you've lost your husband, and yet he's still right here, is such a strange feeling. It's like, I guess that's what people feel like before they make the decision of actually divorcing. I've always wondered, like, how do people divorce after staying together for 25 years? How is that possible? One of my friends from school, well, former friends, basically classmate, well, we were never really friends, from high school, her parents, I knew her parents knew my parents, we went to the same school, we used to do stuff in the orchestra together, her parents seemed very normal and nice, and one was a lawyer, the other one, I don't know what he did. She was a lawyer, anyway, and And they were together, they were older, you know, and they divorced when they were in their late 50s, and they had been together since their early 20s. And I thought, like, how is this possible? How do people leave each other after being together for 25 years? Like, what? How is this possible? Like, what? If you lasted that long, you could keep on going. And I think there's so many people in this world have to face this feeling, this reality of feeling as if they've lost their husband, they've lost their wife. Like, you've grown apart, you've changed, the things that brought you together are no longer a part of your lives, or one of you became a mukbanger and screwed up your brain with a lot of trans fats, hormones, food dyes, and preservatives, and fried foods. That ultimately changed everything about the way you think and feel and breathe and sleep. Maybe the wife became a mukbanger and you were like, I can't deal with you anymore. Maybe, you know, it's true. It's true. This food has ruined me. And I've lost my husband because of me. Because of me. Because of me. Hello? Are you listening? I have lost my husband because of me. The only good thing about my life, actually. Look at all these trees I've wasted. The only good thing about my life, the only good thing about my entire existence is Orland. Shh. Disgusting. How many of you have lost your husbands? How many of you have lost even your children? I think people grow apart from their children. It's the most devastating thing. They feel like they've lost the child, even though the child's still here. Ew, this fish smells jank. Is that a word? Janky. Oh, that's what Velma from Scooby-Doo says. Jinky's janky. This smells like jinky. Ooh. Ew. Hey Nick, how's it feel to have lost your husband? Really bad? How's it feel that it's your own fault you lost your husband? Really bad? I'm gonna edit that out. Really, really bad. I feel lymph nodes coming out from my armpits right now. There's lymph nodes in my arms. There's lymph nodes in my arms. There's lymph nodes in my arms. And there's lice in my hair. I'm telling you, my life is effed up. You know what? Send me to the ranch, thanks. Send me to the ranch. I feel the swelling, the lymph nodes. I feel like I'm doing the scabies dance. So I'm eating things off the ground, excuse me. Actually, I don't need to say excuse me, I don't care. Where's my, oh. Did I eat my other cheeseburger? Oh. Might as well eat the ranch. I paid for it. Extra. 80 cents. That's ridiculous for a piece of ranch, but it's very good ranch, so oh well. Yeah. Swollen lymph nodes in my armpits. This food is effing me up. My digestion. My brain, my marriage, my physical appearance, my eggplant, it shrunk. Got eaten alive by my fupa. Thoughts and prayers for Nick's pickle. I don't care how big I get. I don't care how crazy I get. I don't care if Orland leaves me, he probably should, so he doesn't pass. I will always be a mukbanger. A big thank you to my patrons for supporting this video and my executive producers, Zen, Dr. Captain, Lala Baby, and Alizee. For more mukbangs and other content not allowed on YouTube, join my community over on Patreon. Must be age 18 or older. And for something more personal, get a video from me directly on Cameo, where we can also DM each other and chat one-on-one. So if you want to see more content, come follow my Patreon. But if you just want to talk to me through Cameo. Links to both are down below. Thank you so much. Bye.